Dolphins Twitter and I had a nice little rendezvous last night. So one particular tweet started the whole thing and said, is Dolphins Twitter dragging at Pat McAfee Show yet? For basically yesterday, I was questioning how the Dolphins are going to perform in the AFC East. This AFC East, by the way, not only the Buffalo Bills, who look unbelievable and just signed Josh Allen to a long-term deal, and McDermott and Bean and everything up there seems to be running beautifully, but also you got the big bad fucking wolf up in New England.
Yeah.
Okay, they spent $150 million on day one of the tampering period of free agency. Bill Belichick said, we ain't sucking again. All right, I ain't doing that, especially while watching Tom Brady go win a fucking Super Bowl. So you have to take into account that Bill Belichick's going to be able to win games. He was able to win games last year with no roster. Yeah. And then you also got the Buffalo Bills, who are a fucking wagon at this particular point. And I saw the odds that had Dolphins ranked above the Patriots in AFC standings, and with everything that has been coming out. Now, I'm being told by Dolphins Twitter that it's all a bunch of fugazi, it's all fake. All these reporters saying that the owner, Ross, and everybody else is still interested in Deshaun Watson, they're all full of shit, by the way. But for me, as somebody who's been in an NFL locker room and is somebody that, observes and reports, the thought that here we are 7 days away from the NFL season kicking off, and there's allegedly some allegations that the owner of the team doesn't want the quarterback to be the quarterback that is currently the quarterback. The quarterback, by the way, that we have gone to bat for at this particular show since the beginning of this entire thing, even back whenever Tannenbaum was saying that you can't draft Tua in the top 5 with his injury history. I mean, we've been, I feel like, a pretty pro-Fins show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We let Gumpy talk.
Bingo!
The Dolphins on the show, even though just like when Foxy talks about the Lions, nobody gives a fuck. I mean, we're talking tanking of the ratings. So yesterday, whenever I found out that the Dolphins had better odds to win the AFC East than the New England Patriots, I was dumbfounded almost. And then it even led me to believe if there's that much distrust going on with Tua from the owner, allegedly, now the Dolphins Twitter did tell me that that's all bullshit and I need to pay closer attention to what's real and what isn't real. It's like, okay, well, when there's smoke, there's fire. In this particular case, there was like 5 people reporting that there was smoke in this particular thing with a quarterback that has 26 allegations and might get 3 life sentences in punishment if it ends up being a criminal trial as opposed to a civil trial, which isn't anywhere near over, whatever the case. I just thought to myself, it's really hard to win an NFL game whenever everything's going right, let alone when there's potential distrust going on. Now, I might have been wrong on that. Dolphins Twitter did tell me that, but I got into it. And I did not know that the Dolphins fans had this much passion. I did not know that they had this much loyalty. I said that there was 10 to 15 Dolphins fans on Twitter that I was getting into. Mm-hmm. No joke. I undershot that a little bit. Okay, I apologize for that. We will be sure to cover the Dolphins on this show every game, every single week, and let's just see and hope that they prove me wrong in thinking that there's a chance they end up 3rd or 4th in the AFC East this year, just 1 year removed from when it looked like they were on their way up. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily a shot at the Dolphins, by the way. I think that's just mostly me thinking, like, Belichick's still Bill Belichick, right?
That's right. Yep, correct.
He's got a quarterback that looks eerily similar to the previous quarterback when it comes to throwing. We don't know what's in Mac Jones' ears. Only the next 20 years will be able to tell us if he's lucky enough to last that long. Josh Allen's still Josh Allen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Bills are still the Bills, right? So whenever you start piecing those things together, it looks like it's going to be a long road for the Dolphins, but their fans, I enjoyed the interactions with them last night, being 100% serious, and I did not know they had that type of fan base because it hasn't been since 1984 that they won the AFC Championship. Wow. Okay. So 1984, it's been a long time. I appreciate the fact that they've been this loyal and this passionate, and it was awesome getting to chat with them. But if they stink this year, we will cover it, and if they're good this year, we will cover it. I mean, that's what last night proved to me. At Boston Connor, I had no idea that Dolphins fans were this passionate, this loyal. I actually have the utmost respect for it, and I like a good give and take with people, but I didn't know the Dolphins fans had it like that.
Well, that's the thing, Pat. They don't. And I'm sure that the 10 to 15 of what you were referencing to were possibly the 10 to 15 that are that passionate. They come out of the weeds every once in a while because they won 10 games last year. They think, oh, we're on the up and up. Last year, to your point, we were massive fans of B-Flow. Loved everything that he was doing down in Miami. They were actually in it till week 17, so it was something that we continue to talk about. But pulling Tua, all that nonsense. That type of thing kind of hindered our thoughts on what the hell is going on in Miami. And Charles Robinson actually came on this week and said, hey, if you don't want to believe me, don't believe me. But this is real. Sorry, Dolphins Twitter. This is what Houston's doing. Miami is in this. So I apologize for breaking your hearts, but they're looking at Deshaun Watson.
I love that their fans have Tua's back, by the way. Tua needs that.
Yeah.
I wish the Dolphins organization would do that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And by Dolphins organization, I mean allegedly the owner has come out and said, fuck this guy. I want that guy who might not be able to play for the next 15 years, depending upon what's happening. I don't think I truly appreciated Dolphins fandom until last night. And I want to let you know we will cover that team now. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Heavily.
Heavily. And I hope they're good. Because I fear the things that I will say about this Dolphins Twitter fan base that I got into it last night. If they show some signs of suck, especially after the success that they showed last year, where it was almost their time. Hey, the 72 Dolphins popping bottles, being the only true display of happiness that the Dolphins have had forever. They lost Finkel, they lost Einhorn, they lost goddamn Snowflake. The only thing I hope is for these Dolphins fans that the Dolphins are good this year. It's good for the NFL when Miami has a team that's great, but it's been a long damn time since that has happened. I think Gumpy would even say it seems like there was a couple steps forward, and then almost every single time there's a couple steps back. Yeah. Maybe this is the breakthrough year for them, but the AFC East is no fucking laughingstock at this point. I mean, we're talking about a very dominant division with the two at the top being a real problem at this point.
And listen, it's Tua for that team. And a lot of people's critique of him is that he doesn't throw the ball down the field. Last year, he was 31st in the league in yards per pass as far as distance. But he's got Waddle, he's got Will Fuller, he's got Devontae Parker, he's got Gesicki. Like if Tua doesn't do it, then I mean it's on Tua, I think, with this team.
No, yeah, well, Tua, this is the first time he's really being handed the team, though, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is last year was Fitzmagic's squad. And it was that way all the way through. He was a rookie. I actually enjoyed the fact that Tua had somebody to watch like Fitzmagic, who's been on 15 different teams. Okay, so you can see how to interact with the coaches, with the GM, with your teammates, with the media, everything like that. Then wherever the transition happened, Tua's still playing. I guess he won 6-3 last year, I was told last night. But there was obviously those numerous times where he was pulled in key situations and they put Fitz back in there. I think Tua is going to be great. I actually at one point said that because of Tua, Alabama, might have a chance against like an XFL team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's right.
Because of how impressive Tua was as a quarterback, so I hope he does well. But Dolphins Twitter and I last night had some epic moment. I mean, I fucking love it. I loved it. It was like 5 years ago on Twitter for me, last night. I got a chance to go in there. I backed off a little bit. I think they backed off a little bit, which was very nice. I think we came to a common respect. Then this morning, all the Johnny-come-lately Dolphins fans tried to hop back in there. Yep. I didn't give them the time of day of burying them. A couple guys got it last night, some ricochet shots. I do apologize. But I love that the Dolphins have a fan base.